Okay, folks, I'm back. Went a little over there, but I'll be okay. But anyway, like I said, with Brodus Clay, shit, or get off the pot with the guy. Either you're going to push him, put him in a match with Cena, TLC, or whatever, or not. And you know what? And speaking of another problem that a lot of people have been looking at, been talking about recently, the divas situation. You know, there's news going around according to Sean's View Entertainment. I'm pretty sure Richard Gray at WrestlingNewsWorld.com and the YouTube channel would say this too. But it looks like Kelly's going to be the next on the list of women that are going to be leaving within the next year or so. Probably by around 2013 to pursue other things. Now, if I'm WWE and I know word has gotten out about this, I would insert that into the storyline that they have with the Divas of Destruction, the Pinup Strong trio. The Pinup Strong trio of Beth, Natalya, and Caitlyn. I would insert that into the storyline. Make it sort of a work shoot, if you will. Allow Beth and Natalya to bring it up. Allow them to say, yeah, well, we're just being proven more right because, in case some of you probably haven't heard yet, Kelly's considering leaving next year after her contract expires. Again, if WWE knows fans know about that, the critics, the insiders know about that, work that into the storyline. Shit, or get off the pot with that, work it in. Because then that would kind of make fans think, like, well, wait a minute. We're getting behind this girl, we're cheering her, and yet she's thinking of leaving us? You know, again, shit, I'll get off the pot with that. And you know what, speaking of divas, you've got some, I mean, I've been watching some episodes of FCW on certain providers, if you will. I'm not going to say who, but certain providers, like a certain one right here where you see it. And to me, you've got Naomi, you've got Audrey Marie, you know, you've got, what, Eddie Guerrero's daughter, I think, in there, Vicky Guerrero's daughter. You know, trying to find the roster here. You know, you got all these women, if you will, all these divas in FCW, and yet, I mean, look, okay, here's who you have in FCW. You have Naomi, which is good. She's an actually talented wrestler. You got Raquel Diaz, who I think is Eddie's daughter. And you can see that in her face. You got Audrey Marie. I mean, these women, I mean, take a look. Take a look. I mean, out of these women, we have AJ on there. We have Caitlyn and Oksana on television already. And yet they still do FCW, which is good. But take a look at these women. Naomi, Raquel, Audrey Marie. You know, these are just the same. I don't know about Edna Styles. I don't know about Leah West yet. I don't know about Cameron Lee. But all the others, Maxine even, is talented. You got all these, you know, women, all these women, all these divas, and some of them are very talented. You need to bring them up. You need to bring them up to the WWE. You need to bring them up and allow them to join up with, allow them to either team up with AJ or Caitlyn. You need to have them either siding with Kelly and Eve and Alicia or Beth and Natalya and Caitlyn. You need them to do that. You need them to do that, folks, because I'll tell you this, that's what really help out the Divas division. And Naomi, I think, would fit the bill, possibly, believe it or not, with Kelly and Eve. Maybe Audrey Marie would. I don't know. But I just feel they need to take care of this. And then you got And then you got your superstars. You got your FCW superstars. You got Abraham Washington, who looks like he's on his way up there. You got Antonio Cesar, Claudio. He looks like he's on his way. He's already mentioning world title in WWE. You know, you got Husky Harris that's going to be probably called back up soon. I mean, you got this whole list of talent, if you will. Look at this. You got this whole list of talent right there. And yet, you haven't, I mean, you've brought some of them up, but yet you haven't brought any of them up. You know what I'm saying? You brought some of them, but you haven't brought all of them. I mean, you got this, I mean, look, Seth Rollins, Tyler Black. You got Xavier Woods, Consequences Creed, he was. I mean, look at this. You got this guy that wasn't tough enough, and yet you haven't brought him up officially. You got these guys, Hunico and Epico, they're there. I mean, look at this. I mean, yeah, Ricardo's there, he's the announcer, but, you know, you haven't let... And you got these Japanese stars. You got Jinder Mahal there. He's up there now. But you got all these superstars here, and a lot of them are ready. Like Antonio Cesar. Here's a guy that essentially could be Antonio Cesar, Claudio. He's already talking world title, so why not bring him up? Bo Rotundo, bring him up. Looks like he's ready. Where's Richie Steamboat? I know he's in here somewhere. You know, Richie Steamboat, bring him up. It looks like they're getting him groomed. I mean, all these talents, and there are some like Seth Rollins, Richie Steamboat, you know, Hackman maybe, you know, Husky Harris, bring him back up. You know, all these guys that you have on your roster, and yet you haven't brought them up yet. Riley Pierce, Brad Maddox, Dean Ambrose, you know, Jay Moxley. I mean, come on, bring these guys up. Bring these guys up, man. Damien Sandow, bring him up. I mean, you got all these. Conan O'Brien, bring him up. I mean, you've done it before. Do it again. You know, just get it over with. Bateman, he's a star in the making. Get him up there. Get him officially in. I mean, he's on NXT. Bring him in officially, full time. But that's all I'm going to say on the WWE and TNA thoughts on both companies. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. And do you agree with anything I said on both TNA and WWE? And I'll talk to y'all later.